Good morning and welcome to another edition of Ask the Chiropractor. I'm Brad Halsabus, chiropractor here in Rockford, Illinois. I'm a graduate of Palmer College of Chiropractic, and I have been serving this community for nearly 20 years. I started this segment because I know a lot of people had questions about chiropractic but didn't know who to ask, and often they would go to their family doctor to ask them questions. And I would tell you that the family doctors are uneducated on what chiropractors do, working with the family doctors that I do work with. So I wanted to have a spot where you could ask a question about chiropractic and a chiropractor would answer your questions. So today's question comes to us. We had a whole bunch of short ones, so I decided to put them all together, entitle it Fact versus Myth, some things that people ask us quite often. So I want to go through these here. I've talked about each one of these topics on different times, so I'll kind of keep it short and sweet. But let's talk about the first one. The first one is, once I start, do I have to go forever? And a lot of people say, I want to go to the chiropractor, but I don't want to start because I heard once you start, you have to go forever. Well, the same is true about your dentist. The same is true about your family doctor. The same is true about the gym you belong to. Once you start, do you have to go to forever? Well, the answer is no, you don't have to go forever. Most people elect to continue to come in from time to time. Most people elect, they like the way they feel, they like the way their body performs in their chiropractic care. So most people select to continue to come in as a wellness-based regime. But that's up to you. And that's how often you need to come in for that. How often do you need to be seen for a wellness-based regime? Well, that's between you and your chiropractor. Everybody is unique. Everybody has unique stresses in their life, unique situations. So you and your chiropractor can sit down and figure out the answers. Do you have to come forever? The answer is no. Do most elect to? Absolutely. But that is totally up to you and your chiropractor. Some people just come in when they have an ache and pain, and we don't see them again until they have another one. That's up to you. It's a personal choice. Next, chiropractic care can be dangerous. The doctor once told me chiropractic care can cause a stroke. Well, the whole thing about the chiropractors causing a stroke has never been proven, never been demonstrated to actually happen. What happens is there's an artery in your neck. If the artery in your neck is hemorrhaging and you're losing a majority of blood going to your brain, and you turn your head, you can occlude the other artery. The artery is trying to make the difference and cause yourself a stroke. Can that happen in a chiropractic clinic? Well, chiropractors are trained to look for this and identify this and see whether or not this is a thing happening to you or not. So you're fairly safe at a chiropractic clinic because we're trained to look for it. Now, could this happen when you're backing your car out of your driveway? Absolutely. Could this happen when you're getting your hair done or hair wash at a beauty salon? Absolutely. Could this happen in the dentist office when they go back and do your teeth? Absolutely. So is this something that chiropractors cause, or is this something that happens when you're at a chiropractic clinic? They've never been able to demonstrate that chiropractic adjustments can cause and tear the hemorrhage of the artery. It was probably about 6 years ago, the American Heart Association tried to claim this again, but we had PubMed Index written that we're able to prove that it was very biased that was written, and it's not true at all that chiropractors are not causing these strokes. They just noticed that some people had gone to the chiropractor that day and then later had a stroke. But one of the effects of having this blood vessel hemorrhage is severe neck pain. Where do you go when you have severe neck pain? Do you go to the optometrist and have their contacts looked at? No, you go to the chiropractor because you have neck pain. And actually, the incidences of this happening were dramatically higher than those who went to the family physician compared to the chiropractor, because the family physician looks at everything. We tend to only look at the spine, so therefore we're a little better identifying this. So he was able actually to prove, Cassidy was actually able to prove that you were safer with us than anywhere else. Next is, the chiropractors actually have a real education. What is chiropractic college? It's chiropractic school a real thing? Well, I will definitely attest that chiropractic school is a real thing. We get our bachelor's of science first. Usually I know I majored in pre-med, some in biology, others in exercise therapy and stuff like that. So you have your hours of school first, and then you go to chiropractic college. And in chiropractic college, it's 10 trimesters, meaning that it's 30 some hours per trimester, all wedged together to get you out of there. So they're kind of condensing like 6 years of school into 3. So we get plenty of education. We have to take national board examinations. We have to take continued education hours after we're done. To give you a comparison, a massage therapist degree is an associate's degree. We have a bachelor's followed by a doctorate. So we have 6 times the education that they do. So it is, yes, we are licensed, and we have a doctrine of chiropractic. That's like a medical doctor has a doctrine of medicine, or an education teacher has a doctrine of education. So the chiropractors call themselves doctors. Yes. Why do we call ourselves doctors? Well, because we have a doctorate. That's why we call ourselves doctors. So are we real doctors? Here's the next question. Are chiropractors real doctors? Well, what's a real doctor? You tell me. Um, is a real doctor only someone that can prescribe and do medicine? If that's your definition of a real doctor, then no, we're not real doctors. Neither doctors of philosophy, neither are doctors of theology, neither are doctors of education. So what's a real doctor? Well, we have a doctorate. So why do we call ourselves doctors? Well, because we've earned the degree and the title of doctor through accredited colleges. Yes, and chiropractic schools are accredited through the United States Education, the same ones that accredit any other college, any other education program, also do chiropractic. So we're as real as any other type of physician or any other type of diploma out there. Ours is exact same measuring standards, exact same governing bodies. So our education is real as anybody else's education. So hopefully we put that myth to rest. Next is, do I have to go to the chiropractor if I'm not having pain? A lot of times I meet people like, I've never had neck pain, I've never had lower back pain, I've never had a reason to see a chiropractor. As a chiropractor, we hear that and we think to ourselves, I've never had a toothache, so I've never had a reason to go to the dentist. No, a lot of people go to the dentist because they don't want to have toothaches and tooth pain. So a lot of people come to the chiropractor because they elect not to have back pain, not to have their spines start to age and decay and get degenerative arthritis. So we don't get cavities like in our teeth. What we do is we lose our disc height, we lose the health of our spine, and we get arthritis in our spine. That to chiropractors is like cavities in your teeth. So a lot of people will come in and see us even though nothing's wrong. They want to come in and just have their spine checked to see what's going on, because it's easy for us to stay ahead of it, just like it's easy for your dentist to teach you how to floss and brush to make sure you don't get cavities. It's easy for us to get ahead of things as far as looking at your spine. And not only that, but we also look at your posture pretty heavily. So if your posture is getting really, really poor, we can teach you how to change that before you walk around decades with that bad posture. So that's another reason why we see people maybe before they have an ache or a pain. And then, why do people say, so I don't want to start because I don't have ache or pain, but maybe they say, I don't feel like coming back in until I have an ache and pain. And that's fine. Like I said earlier, some people let the only cause when they have issues. But some people like not to have the issue. Some people say, I don't like living that way. I like being better, healthier, and stronger. So I just go to the chiropractor regularly for quick tune-ups. Now, some of the benefits of going in regularly is that, unfortunately, in life, we all still have falls, we all still have slips, and we all can still get hurt. So a lot of people will still come in from time to time because they know when those things happen, they know they'll recover faster if they were already under regular care. It's often frustrating to chiropractors and kind of rewarding when a patient of ours who comes in maybe once a month or once every 2 months, for regular chiropractic care, then they have a headache or they get a little lower back issue from doing some yard work, and they'll get an adjustment and go on their way. And then they tell somebody new, like, hey, every time I have a little ache, I run in there, get a quick adjustment, and I'm all set. It's always a little confusing for the new patients never been here before. We tell them we might have to see, look up to 10 times at first in order to get your care jump started. Because they heard from their friend, well, I just run to get one quick adjustment, and I'm all set. But that's the difference, is they're under regular care. When you're under regular care and you have those little hiccups that life hits you, it's really easy to get those tuned up and fixed and move on. So there we have it. Some facts versus myths. If you have another fact or myth or something you're curious about chiropractic care and you'd like to see us give as an answer, kind of break it down, just go ahead and leave a comment below. Or if you want to link to some of those research papers I talked about or anything like that, just leave a comment below. Send us a message, direct message us. Otherwise, if you're listening to this on the podcast, it's rockforddc.com. rockforddc.com. Go ahead and send us a message there and we'll get back to you. And maybe next time when we do this and ask the chiropractor, we'll answer your question. Other than that, stay healthy, stay strong. And if you need anything, let us know. Talk to you later.